Hello, you're joining the Gadabout Dad as I show you something that's happened to me recently that I think is really interesting. When I was much younger, you could often go in the cockpit. It was quite easy to get into the cockpit. You'd ask the cabin crew, can I go in the cockpit? They generally say yes, and you'd go up at some point during the flight. That hasn't really happened very much since 9/11. In fact, I thought it was illegal, but more about that later on. Seeing inside a cockpit at all, for me, has been a really big deal. I try and look left as I'm walking on if I get on that door to see if I can see in the cockpit. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, just that little sneaky peek. So imagine my surprise when I was flying down from London to Manchester last year with the British Airways, and this happened. And I know not much is happening, but to me that was really exciting. I really thought that was a brilliant thing to see, because I've not seen inside a cockpit in about 20 years. I've not had such a clear view in about 20 years. So for me, that was amazing. I've been really lucky these last couple of weeks. I've managed to get away a couple of times. I went to Iceland, and then a few days later I went to Amsterdam, both times with easyjet, and I've never flown easyjet before. The first time was for Charlie's birthday. We actually went on Charlie's birthday. And I'm not quite sure how this happened, but I got talking to the cabin crew, and she asked if you like a little visit to the cockpit. Now, Charlie was a little bit hesitant, but I'm going, go on, because I wanted to really look around that cockpit. So we did. We had a quick, and it was quick. It was a 2-minute visit to the cockpit. The pilot asked Charlie about his birthday. He was quite funny. He gave him a celebratory hobnob, which Charlie didn't eat for 2 days, and then greedy guts ended up eating. So he got that hobnob, and we just had a little chat what they were going to do with the rest of the day. Had they seen the Northern Lights? Things like that. So that was good. It was really good. But as I say, it was a quick 1-2 minute thing.
Mate, I'm gonna die, you know, so how old are you today? 14. What was it? 14.
No, thank you. Spending a full day in Iceland.
Wow,
full day.
Very nice. I was here yesterday as well. It was nice weather.
If you're coming back tomorrow, you might come us up.
Yeah, we know. I'm going to well. But I've been before, so it's amazing.
A few days later, we flew out to the Netherlands. We were off to Efteling theme park in Holland. Unfortunately, the winds were howling that day. It was incredibly windy. We knew in the car on the way down this is going to be such a bumpy flight because it is so windy. And we boarded the plane. They took us on the plane. And then this happened. The plane's delayed for about an hour and a half, an hour and 3/4. So they let us do something really special. What did we do?
Went into the cockpit.
I would be very annoyed at that, because why get us on the plane? We had the safety demonstration while we sat on the tarmac, because they just wanted to take off as soon as they could. There were no real refreshments. They did give us a small glass of water. So as I say, I would normally be a bit annoyed with that. Why make us sit on a plane for 2 hours, especially for a 50-minute flight? But because they let us onto the cockpit, it really made my day. And I think that was just their way of keeping us a little bit on the sweet side, perhaps keeping us a little bit happy. But this is what happened in the cockpit. Thank you.
Hello. Take a seat.
Hello. Am I okay to film every video in here?
Yeah. Do you want to sit in this seat?
Oh, yes, please. I'm going to fly this plane now. Charlie sat in the captain's seat and I sat in the first officer's seat. I was so excited. I didn't really know what to say. I was just asking these random questions. Take a listen to how random these questions are.
Like that.
How long are you going to fly today? Do you just fly there and back, or have you got...
We've got this, and then we've got Belfast afterwards.
What, so is Belfast now delayed because of this?
Yeah.
So they had to fly back from the Netherlands and go to Belfast. And the most stupid question, will Belfast be delayed? Of course it'll be delayed unless we can go back in time. Was it just not that terms we use anymore?
Yeah, it's just not terms that we really use.
Yeah.
Because both of us are basically flying at any one time.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, it's absolutely fascinating. Is this a weather?
That's the ground.
Or is it the ground?
Which is why it's red. Because we don't like the ground.
It's
At the beginning and at the end, not in between.
Yeah, exactly.
It's basically Ireland.
Is this a weather map? Oh, my questions were just so ridiculous. I'll turn it round for you. You can plainly see this is the coast, the west coast of England and Ireland. Oh, I felt so stupid as soon as he said that. How do you keep track of absolutely everything? There's so much to look at.
It's fairly intuitive after doing it for a while.
They're all labelled, to be honest, so they all point you in the right direction. All the panels are labelled, it says what system it is, and then the buttons say what the buttons do.
I do love how they downplay how easy it is to drive a plane, to fly a plane. Everything's labelled, all the buttons are labelled, all the systems are labelled, and it's all quite intuitive. I don't think it's that intuitive personally. How long did you have to train for? How long does it take to train to be a pilot?
2 years.
Is it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't take me. I was just telling them that my plans to be an airline pilot had been scuppered at a very early stage because I'm red-green colourblind. I couldn't actually even train to be a pilot. I was asking them if it was still true today, and it is, but you know, I don't think I'd have the patience to actually do it anyway.
I think colourblindness is one of those things which, we've got so much red and green on the screens.
Do you know, I've never been in a... And that plane in the background, even though I kept very, very quiet, was very much a wow, wow, wow moment for me. I couldn't believe we were sat in the cockpit as another plane passed us by. I wonder where that plane was going if we couldn't take off due to high winds. It's only just occurred to me that. Maybe that was going to go and sit somewhere else on the tarmac, like us. Have you got any questions? Just dumbfounded. Sorry, I'm just completely fascinated because I know I'm probably not likely to get into the cockpit ever again.
It'll happen again on your way back now. You'll be 3 in a week.
It's going to be easyjet. You always go with the easyjet. I did ask about the law. I thought it was illegal for passengers to go in the cockpit following 9/11. Apparently it's not illegal as long as the engines are not on. So you can go in, you just can't go in mid-flight. Which is a bit of a shame because when I did it last time, that was the time I did it. It was mid-flight. It was really interesting to see. But you know what? It was absolutely amazing. I am so happy with easyjet. I was so happy for a delay, which I thought I'd never see. It did mean a delayed entry into Efteling, and it was a little bit problematic getting there. See this video here. But you know what? I think it was worth it in the long run. I've had 2 sets of flights with easyjet. I've managed to get a cockpit look around both times. So I am mega impressed. They are now my favourite airline. Probably until I fly premium economy with British Airways this summer. But no, absolutely brilliant. Loved looking around the cockpit. No, I didn't get to fly the plane. But if I did, I could guarantee you this is what would happen. I'm going to fly this plane now. Bye for now.